Hello, welcome to today's podcast. I am so thrilled to be introducing you to some of our speakers at the Design, Live, Thrive Summit. The first person I want to introduce you to is my co-host. We are the hostesses of the Design, Live, Thrive Summit. Thais Glenn, so glad to have you here.
Oh, Deb, you know how much I love being here with you. And yes, I am the co-host, and I'm so excited to be hosting again the Design, Live, and Thrive with you and these beautiful coaches. So this year is going to be even better, and I'm so excited.
Before we dive into meeting the coaches and kind of finding out the journey that they've been on, I really would like to take a moment and set the stage for what this summit is all about. A few years ago, after working with many, many women, hundreds of women, really thousands of women, I thought, what is the missing piece for these coaches? And even though coaches have been around for a long time, there still seems to be a disconnect out there in the world of what is a life coach or any kind of coach you are, right? We coach all kinds of women in different, certifications and different modalities and different ways that they coach. But it's like, what is a coach really? When we think about a coach, it's like the basketball coach. And it's like, no. Coaching is so much more than that. So I thought, how can I help people in the world understand coaching? And really, for my business and my purpose, I feel like my purpose is to help women learn how to market themselves so they can go out and do what I believe they're meant to do, which is coach people and transform the world that way. So I created the summit for two different reasons. The first reason is I want the attendees, women who know nothing about coaching, to be able to be exposed to it. And mostly I want our speakers' friends and acquaintances and coworkers and family members to see the level of expertise that our coaches actually have, to see the power of coaching, to see that they didn't just pick this crazy coaching thing, because I know we could raise our hands. A lot of us have had judgment from family members and coworkers and friends like, oh, she's doing this coaching thing. So yeah, I want to give an opportunity for people to come and see what experts you are, to learn the value of coaching. That's the first part. The second part is it's an incredible opportunity for us to help our clients succeed at a level they have never done before. Most of our coaches come with no audience. And because of the summit, we're able to actually provide them an audience, and we're actually to help them put into practice everything that we teach. So all the email marketing, the social media marketing, they actually become speakers, right? And we help them and hold their hand through the whole journey. So it's a beautiful experience. Thais, what do you want to add?
Oh man, I presented on your very first summit,
Yeah.
and oh my goodness, for me, so I have that different perspective than you. You were there to help us, and I was the one being helped. And I always say this to you and to all the clients that I can definitely see my business before the summit and after the summit. Before the summit, I thought that I was creating the business, but I really thought that I was capable of writing emails, capable of posting social media. That was in my thinking and was the whole idea of my self-belief, the self-concept. But when you got me in that summit and you're like, no, honey, you actually need to send the emails. You actually need to post on social media. And then I was like, oh, this is what business is like. It's not just believing in yourself, thinking that you can do it. It's actually you have to do it. So I love the summit. It's one of my favorite things that we do here because I can see the transformation. And now being the host and helping the clients, right, really get all of those slides together. And they already know their topics. So it's more like helping with the tech side of it. It's beautiful. It's just seeing like this miracle happening, right? You come in and you're like, I think I know what I want to say about. This is kind of what I want. And a couple of months later, you see yourself as a professional who knows how to do it, who knows how to market, who knows how to speak about yourself. I just love everything about the summit.
So I just want to emphasize that I truly believe today that summits are literally one of the best ways to grow your coaching business. And we have proven that because this is our third summit. And, we've had clients that have come with email lists of 0 and left with email lists of a few hundred. We have clients that have come with no paying clients who end up gaining clients from the summit. And a fun story is we even have people who get clients during the process of becoming a summit speaker. And how does that happen? It's because they finally start showing up on social media. they finally start talking about their business, and they have gained respect by telling people, I'm going to be a speaker in the Design, Live, Thrive Summit happening on September 5th and 6th. So it's a super, super fun experience. People have honed their skills, but it really is, as Thais said, there's the before the summit person that you are, and then there's the after the summit coach that you are with a business.
Yeah. And also this whole idea of your identity changing, right? As you are going through the preparation for the summit and then getting on that big day and presenting this thing that you have worked towards, it just changes how you see yourself. And that is a beautiful thing to see with the clients.
So I want to invite you to come register and save your seat. The summit is free. We have 25 plus guest coaches, and we have some expert coaches, outside coaches coming in. Kind of, we call them our featured coaches coming in to speak at the summit as well. It's happening on September 5th and 6th. You can save your seat for free. And I really want to encourage you. There are a limited number of VIP upgrade tickets. And I tell you what, that ticket is worth gold, because with every VIP purchase, you have an opportunity to have 2 different coaching sessions with a group of coaches. So you get to just go pick the coach that you want. This is, again, the way that you get to experience coaching for $27. So a full year upgrade access to all the replays, to the beautiful gifts the coaches are going to give. And again, 2 coaching sessions. So for a limited time, head over to designlivethrive.com and save your seat. All right, let's get started. I want to introduce you to some of these beautiful ladies who are a handful of our speakers. I'm going to start with you, Victoria. You want to introduce yourself, tell us who you coach, and a little bit about your business.
Great. I'm Victoria Payton, and I call myself the Matralessence coach. Matralessence is a big word that just means mothers releasing their children to the world. So I coach moms of high school seniors primarily who are anticipating, they're already starting to get the feelings of grief and sadness and confusion throughout the senior year. And I walk with them from the first day of school all the way through graduation, through the college move-in day, which can be really painful, feeling it. A lot of moms are feeling it right now, and all the way through till college drop off and a little bit after to help you with the transition. So I started to coach in Matralessence because I was that mom. Mm-hmm. Many years ago, I was the one who had to ask my sister to come on the flight with me back from California to DC because I thought I would just lose it on the plane. I really didn't know what was going on. I felt confused. I felt shame. So I just said, this isn't the way it's supposed to be. You can be happy and you can be sad. So I developed a program which explains why you get these emotions. It's really important to know why it is happening. You've been a successful mom. You've done everything to get your child into college, and now suddenly you feel so inept. But there's a reason why the sadness is happening. And I help you go through that, validate your feelings, and help you with some strategies, including carrying the best quality tissues, because it's okay to cry.
I love that. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much. I tell you, Thais and I have learned a lot from having the opportunity to help coaches build their business, because again, there are so many beautiful ways now that coaches can help women, men, families, children, all ages, all demographics. Just the power of coaching is unbelievable.
Yeah. Even this, right, what Victoria really coaches on is amazing, because you have this idea of, but I shouldn't be sad. I should be happy for my child, right? That's what I worked for, to have this child in college. And then you just don't know what to do with that, all those emotions, and you think there's something wrong with you. So I absolutely love your niche, Victoria, and you do such a beautiful job.
Thank you.
All right, Stacie, would you introduce yourself? Tell us who you're going to coach and kind of what your story is.
Sure. Thank you. My name is Stacie Spies-Matz. I'm a psychologist turned coach and now speaker. And I help stressed out, overwhelmed people, men and women, move from burnout and overwhelm to feeling calm, having more clarity and more self-kindness. Through that process, they lead happier, more fulfilling lives, and they find more meaning and purpose. So this all started on my own personal journey, really during COVID, when I was taking some continuing ed hours as a psychologist, learning about self-compassion. which I just found to be good medicine for everyone. And that sort of blossomed this interest in coaching and sort of narrowing down how to help people deal with burnout and overwhelm by learning skills to be calm and kinder to themselves. So that's
Beautiful.
kind of how I got
Beautiful.
here.
So I'm just curious, can you tell us the gap or just briefly the difference between, we have a lot of coaches, and I'm going to use this word loosely, that are like therapy counselors, that kind of, I don't know, business, that kind of treatment, and now our coaches. So tell us what you see for the listener. What's really the big difference between, however they identify, again, therapy counselor, that to a coach? What's the difference?
Yeah, so of course, I believe there's a time and a place for both, and
Yeah, we
both
do too.
have high value. And that was probably the biggest lesson that I learned in this coaching exploration for myself. I started it more as an exploration to learn, what is this coaching thing all about? And through that process, I learned that there is so much value that you can gain from being with a coach who has some specific specialized niche to help you with a specific problem. Now, similarly, you can have problems that you address in therapy, but on some level, it will go more in depth and can interfere with someone's functioning. I think that's probably the biggest distinction of when people choose therapy over coaching. In coaching, you're going to get more action-oriented solutions to work on, and you're ready for that at that point. So I don't know if that perfectly
That's
answered your
beautiful.
question.
That's beautiful.
We really agree with you on this one. And Debbie knows I'm really big on let's separate, right? Like if you're coaching, you are not a therapist. And if you're a therapist, you might not want to do a lot of the coaching stuff too. But people ask us sometimes, like, which one is better, coaching or therapy? It's like, it's just like if you're asking me, what is better, a cardiologist or a neurosurgeon? It's like, it's two different things. There's not one better than the other. Very different, right? What does your client need right now? It might be coaching, but guess what? It might be therapy, right? So being able to differentiate. So thank you so much for how you explained.
Yeah, I want to add too, really quickly, you could also be involved with both at the same time.
Oh, yeah, right? I am.
Yeah.
I love my therapist and my coach. Yes, I agree. And I think that's and that's how I really know how different they are, right? Like it's not the same thing at all. But Stacie, you have a beautiful way of explaining the burnout, right? You have like your own framework that you use to explain it.
Yes, I created the framework called Heart Framework, which talks about how to sort of build in rewiring your nervous system so that you can make changes and live your life differently in a better way, where you know how to manage stress better and are more fulfilled because you're doing the things you want to be doing.
Yes, and when I saw your slides and I noticed how that worked, I'm so excited that you will share your whole framework during the summit. You're sharing the whole thing. And it was very helpful to me to read through and really apply some of those concepts that you're sharing in the summit in my own life. So your talk is one, I'm excited for all of the talks. Yours really helped me. And I know you help so many coaches and just professionals in general who feel burnout, right? And it's like, what can we do with this burnout? And your framework explains beautifully what to do.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the feedback. So it's good to hear that someone's able to use this, because that's really what I want, is to get that message out there. So thank you.
Yes, of course.
Awesome. Thank you. I just want to point out again that I wanted to have this summit to help people get respect, but I also knew that coaches should be valued in the same level as a therapist. And there isn't that same level of credibility. But when people understand, like Stacie, the way you're presenting, they understand that. I think coaches, again, we believe totally there's two different places for those things. And we're not the ones diagnosing who should go where, but they're of equal value. They're of different value, but they're of equal value. And I want coaches to have that same level of respect instead of what I sort of feel like, oh, she's a coach. It's like, no, she's a therapist, fill in the word coach with that sort of confidence that people talk about coaches. So that's my overall goal, is to raise the level of respect, to have them be equal to that profession as well. So thank you for that. All right, Teresa, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Teresa Runk, and my business is Designing New Vision, and I am coaching women, courageous women over 50. And I'm focusing on women who are going through hard times like betrayal, heartbreak, any major changes in life. I know because I've done it, all of those. And so I want to help these women get through the tough times and rebuild, so that they can reconnect with themselves through their mind, body, heart, and soul, and discover a life that they truly want, one that's all their own, and feel grounded and connected again.
Teresa, you have made some courageous moves. We don't have to go into them this year, what you have done, but so many women talk about change. They talk about the dream that they want to accomplish, the thing that they want that's out there, that they leave out there. And even coaches who come and they're gonna have a business, or they are coaches, but they don't actually say, you know what? I'm going all in on myself. And Teresa, you were courageous this year, and you just said, look, I'm a coach. That's it. That's who I am through and through. And I really, congratulations on making that move.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This has really helped me just take that next step forward too.
Yeah, beautiful.
I love how around this, I am 40 years old, so I'm not in the 50s yet, but I can see that sense of feeling disconnected or feeling lost, right? And I felt that the beginning of this year, and it was really interesting to see that. And as what my mom used to tell me, and what I hear from women a little bit older than me around these 50s, is when it really changes a lot. Right? Like you're going to that second half of your life, you're really changing everything. You feel disconnected because it's a whole new person that you are being. And I love how you help them understand that. So by working with you in, with your message, with your marketing and everything, I really get how you are not just giving them specific things to do, but it's more of like, how can you understand yourself in such a deeper level that you can feel more peace, you can feel more courageous, not just by doing things, right? Not just by transforming your whole life, but really learning how to build that certainty that you are capable, that you're good. And what Debbie was saying about you did change it all, right? Like your whole life got changed around this time, around the 50s. And that is how you teach your clients to do this, but having that backup of you have someone that you can fall on, right? You have someone who's guiding you through the whole change that, it is difficult doing it by yourself.
It is. And to have someone who actually sees you and hears you and understands you, that's what's important to a lot of these women, because they do feel disconnected. They do feel that somebody doesn't understand, and they just want to feel that connection.
Yeah. And that comes from them, right? It's not that somebody can make them feel connected.
Absolutely.
And that's what you teach them. I love that.
Yes.
I think the word I said was validation. Don't we all need it? And it's good. It's good to know with these niches that you might be listening to, going, oh yeah, she's speaking to me. Is again, that's the connection that you can have with a coach, where you're like, you find the one who is really talking about exactly where you are in your life. So thank you, Teresa. Super excited to have you and to learn from you as well. All right, Marie, tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm Marie Vega-Byrne, and I am the Chief Flexibility Officer of Beyond Ruby's Coaching. So I want to start with, first off, Beyond Ruby's Coaching. When I first started and I developed the business, it was Beyond Ruby's only. And when I picked the name, it was because women are worth far more than rubies and pearls. And I had a lot of controversy about that with a lot of people, and they kept saying, no, you don't want that. And I went, yes, I do. And I stuck to it. And I added the coaching on so that people would have a little more clarity. But I recognized that it was one of the first things that I was doing to stand up for myself and stand out and stay my course. Because as a chief possibility officer, what I do is I offer my clients the opportunity to think about dreams that are possible, that you would never think are possible. Taking off the armor, so to speak, and the masks that most of us put on because we're taught this is what we have to do. And I love Teresa was talking about working with women over 50, and I'm 68 this year, and I'm saying to myself, I don't want women to have to go through what I went through. And I don't want women to have to feel this way. So my whole goal is to help women to step outside of that comfort zone and know that they're heard. Like you said, they're heard, that we're listening to them, and that it's possible. Because I'm living proof. It's possible. We don't have to do the things that we're told. This is it. You have to do this. You have to go here. You have to go there. And that's it. And that's all there is. No, that's not real. Maybe real in the moment that you're dealing with it, but it is not real. We can actually make those changes. And that's what I work with the women that I work with. An interesting love. I have a few men that have come back. I have a gentleman who actually signed up for the event. And he said to me, I already put in for the VIP. He said, because, wow, there's a lot of coaches there. He said, but I want to work with you. I said, no. Look at all the women and then talk about that part of it. Because guess what? You bring another flavor to me and how I can help. I'm having fun with it. I really am.
Beautiful. I want to say, yes, men are welcome. I talk about the Design, Live, Thrive Summit for women, but I mean, my goodness, it applies to all of us, right? It's so exciting. One of the questions I wanted to ask you guys is, why should somebody attend the summit? And look, I've just listened to 4 of you guys explain what you're going to do. And I'm like, why would you not attend the summit? I mean, seriously, I can see all of us getting excited about each other's presentations and to learn from each other here.
Oh, 100%. Even, like Victoria, that is so specific for moms. I mean, can we imagine the husbands understanding what is happening to the wife? Right? Because it is a way of grieving when you let your child go away to college. And typically we grieve differently. So just for a man to come in and listen to that talk and understand, it's like, oh, this is why my wife is suffering. This is what it means, right? Like, what a loving gesture. Or learning how deal with burnout, right? It's just so helpful for men and women to come and watch and really get to know what coaching can do for you.
Beautiful.
And Debbie, I wanted to add on, why wouldn't someone come? First of all, it's free, and you only have something to gain, right? You have nothing to lose. You only have something to gain.
Yeah. So let me tell you guys listening how this is going to play out. So it's a 2-day summit on Friday and Saturday, and you will actually be on live with our speakers. So many summits that you might attend, you just get a whole bunch of recordings. But our speakers are actually going to be on live. Now, I want to assure you, you're not on camera when you come attend, so you can come in your comfy clothes and bring your cup of coffee and your journal and just relax and enjoy and take it all in. But you also have the opportunity to be engaging with Thais and myself and with the coaches who are here. You can be engaging in the chat, and we highly encourage you to do that. That's going to be both Friday and Saturday. And I also want to tell you, when you attend live, if your schedule works out, each day, both Friday and Saturday, we are giving away the ultimate coaching bundle for people who attend live. So you have an opportunity to win coaching sessions from all of the coaches that are speaking on Friday, and then a giveaway for the coaches that are speaking on Saturday. So we've made it very enticing to be there. We want everybody to experience coaching.
And that's how you get to know coaching, right? It's by experiencing that. That's why we also added this free coaching sessions for you guys, because it's so impressive when you can get to talk to that coach that you already listened to that talk and you really enjoyed what they were teaching, and really experience the difference that not only listening to something in general, but for you, right? How does that apply to your life? That is just priceless.
I want to highlight Thais right now, because you guys are listening to me as a business coach, and everything I think about is, how do I help these women grow their business? How do I help them grow an audience, sell their coaching, like make the impact that they know that they are meant to make? But as I was in my business and helping women build their businesses, I knew that there was a missing gap. And I went and got certified as a life coach, but I also knew pretty quickly, like, wait a minute, I am a strategist. That's really where my zone of genius is, telling people what to do. But this mindset part that we're talking about, that's why Thais is here with us. She is the person who helps with all the mindset, which is what these coaches are talking about. So Thais, do you want to talk about your role within the Business Building Boutique?
Yeah, for sure. And again, especially as the coaches, when they come in, a lot of times they think like, I don't need a mindset. I am a mindset coach. I already know what to do, right?
Yeah.
And what we start to really notice is the importance of the business mindset that a lot of coaches don't have because they're so into their own heads as the mindset. And the business mindset coach is a whole different, area where if you don't feel comfortable sharing your message, it's a business mindset thing that we need to work on. If you don't feel comfortable receiving money, right? A lot of the coaches like, oh, I feel bad charging for this. I just love doing it so much. Well, as an entrepreneur, you want to receive money. You want to do. So we need to change the identity to become more of the entrepreneur instead of only the coach. And that's the idea that we work here together, is really shift the identity. So how can we become that person who can or who are doing the things that an entrepreneur would do? And it's really fun to see the shifts, to see that person who we have one specific client that comes to my mind. She has been with us for almost a year now, and she started for maybe 3 or 4 months, and she was in that place of, I wanted to do this, but I don't have the courage, right? I wanted to share my message, but I'm not too sure how. And it took her a few months to then, like, okay, I will try this workshop thing that we teach. And then right after the workshop, she became the entrepreneur. Do you remember that, Debbie? Like this coach specifically, she just became this, I am a person in business. Oh, I'm actually a business owner. Oh, I am an entrepreneur. That's identity. So that it's not what you learn just with the strategy. It's both together. And it's not just with the mindset either, right? Just being coaching you on that business mindset wouldn't be as helpful as working together. The strategy, and then as you're being coached with the strategy, you have the business mindset coach that is looking, it's like, oh, you're not going to do it, will you? I know you won't, because this is how you're thinking. So catching that in real time is very helpful for the clients.
I think everybody listening that's a coach is like, oh yeah, I want to build a business, or I'm going to do air quotes, am building a business. And then you don't realize that you're not actually building the business until you come in with us. And I just want to say, as we talk about validation that the other coaches are helping the listeners have, the way that you feel about your business and how hard it is and how intimidated you are about talking to people, or saying you don't know where to find your people, or I'm not sure if my offer is good, and is my price good, and this niche drama, it's all real. It is all real. You're valid in every way that you feel as you're starting to grow your business, because you are doing things and making decisions that you've never made before. And I think the online space makes it seem like it's just so easy. Like, just say you're a coach, decide what you're going to do and make $100,000. And it's like, wait a minute, there's so much that goes with it. So I just want to tell you guys listening, it's valid how you feel. And there is a lot of how, right? We're also in this space where, abundant mindset thinking and like, put yourself out there and believe. And it's like, all of that is true. And you have to take action. You have to do the stuff to have a real, legitimate business. So congratulations to you ladies for doing that. Super, super proud of you, really. So tell us, Victoria, what has the actual experience of working through the process of becoming a summit speaker, all of that been for you? Kind of maybe what a highlight's been, maybe what a challenge has been for you.
Wow, it was like a blast off. It really was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And I just felt confident that Debbie would guide me throughout the process. And it has been that way. I didn't know exactly the technology. I didn't know how to create a message. I had a message, but was it the right message? Was I doing it in the right way? So definitely I went from sitting on the sidelines to saying, okay, I'm in, let's do this. And I've committed the last, 3 months to really working hard on it. And it feels so good. Really
Yeah,
does.
she has been at the library in a place of quiet because look, you have to, like, our life is going on around us, right? In our homes, there's things going on. So sometimes this idea of working at home, I have grandkids downstairs and dogs in my office and all the things. And you have to be able to show up as a woman who has a business. And so sometimes you have to find a place to do that. And Victoria, I have to say, like, I've met Victoria privately via Zoom at the library a few times. So you have really, wow, you've transformed. And also, Victoria decided to extend her time with us because of the summit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, super great.
Yeah.
So, what was the most challenging thing?
Definitely putting myself out in public with my business. Definitely sort of saying to people, I have this business, and believing no matter what anybody said or any doubters or whatever, I was just going to do it. And I think the technology felt daunting, but actually doing it is kind of fun. I love saying, wow, I know how to do that now. It's amazing the buildup of skills that I did not have before. And now I feel really comfortable about it.
It's the difference between knowing because you watched a class or you read a book, and then knowing because you actually went through, you failed, and you learned. Now you know, right? So it's the knowing and actually really knowing. And
it feels good. It feels really good.
Right. And now, can we allow ourselves to feel great as you're building the business? And that's what we talk a lot about, right? Yes, it is hard to learn Canva. It is. But can we allow to actually enjoy that process of seeing your growth? And that's where you are.
Yeah, it does.
All right, Stacie, you're up next. How about you tell us kind of what maybe was your biggest takeaway from us supporting you through this journey, and maybe what a challenge was for you?
Oh, there's so much. So I started your program, I don't know if you still offer it or not, as a self-starter. And as I had done this with other programs, I'm so sorry I didn't start your program and just do what you said step by step, because it would have saved me so much time. Anyway, I finally got there and I did it the way you suggested, which was very helpful because I was coming at it, as I do a lot of times, from a lot of different directions. And you give a very prescriptive, structured, well-tested way of creating your business. So once I got onto that, it was helpful. Now, not to say that putting myself out there and learning all the tech and doing it myself wasn't a major challenge, because it was. As a psychologist in my practice, I was fortunate enough to have a lot of support. And so I never had to do those things for myself. So that was a whole new frontier for me. And the empowerment you get, you say this a lot, to run your own business and know how it runs and to do the things in your business that need to be done, whether you at some point outsource that, but in the beginning not to, and to have the ability and the control over your business to run it the way you want, is really empowering. So that has been so great. So I appreciate that.
What about a challenge? Tell us a challenge that you faced.
Oh, well, this summit has been a challenge, mostly putting myself out there and also just getting all the pieces together. I've had a lot of these presentations together and I've performed them live, but this is a whole new endeavor that I wanted to add to my business, but haven't yet. So that is an area of growth for me. Yeah.
Well, it is a lot of pieces, right? Like there are so many pieces in business that it's not just, oh, let me just present this talk. It's so much more than that. And you get to do it. And again, like we said to Victoria, it's not anymore just reading a book or listening to some classes and some podcasts and thinking that you know. Now you're like, you need to put into practice and really know that what you are doing is working. And that's where the empowerment comes from.
Yeah. And all the pieces of it, like you were talking about, right? The emails, the various social medias, right? There's so many different places, and that all the pieces fit together, but you need to do them all.
Yeah.
So that has been a growth spot for me. Yeah.
Teresa, how about you?
Well, as you know, I quit my nursing job in January to go all in my business. And I thought for months that I was creating my business. And then I took one of your workshops in May, and went on a vacation. And I thought, okay, well, when I come back from my vacation, I'm going to be intentional and I'm going to get this done right. And so life happened to me, a big curveball was thrown at me. And so I decided, okay, I need to move my business forward no matter what happened. And I joined your group, Business Building Boutique. And then I went on vacation just for a few days and came back. And then I'm discovering I'm going to have to be in the summit. I'm like thinking, well, I'll just kind of back out and I'll do it next time. That's my old version of me always saying that, and then realizing, nope, you're going to be doing it this time. You're going to doing it now. I'm like, oh, okay. So I needed to really clarify my message, in which you really helped me do that. And I'm so thankful. It's like, yes, that is my message. And then trying to create all the Canva and then recording and doing the live summit. It's like, I'm actually going to do all this stuff now. It's like, yes, it's all coming true. You are going to do this. And I really do feel now like I do have a business, like I'm knowing the steps to take to get out there and show people that, yes, this is your business. After 60, I'm 61 now, and I'm, creating this business, and I'm just like, this is it. This is the business that I'm supposed to have to help other women.
Yeah. On the business side, right? And you said something, I don't even know if you guys caught it, but you're like, I'm trying to post on social media. And then comes the summit. It's like, there's no trying anymore, right? Like, now you need to post. You need to post
Yes.
several times. So I think
Yes.
that push that we give with the summit is also so helpful to really transform the identity, like you said. Now you do have a business, because guess what? You send emails, you post on social media, you have a calendar link for people to sign up with you. You have the business, right? There was no more excuses of, I will try next time. It's like, no, babe, you're going to try now with us. We have you, but let's build that business right now, because that's what you want. Let's do it. Yes.
Talk about money, because I'm thinking right now, these women, I know the coaching programs that they've been part of. Teresa and I are in a coaching program together, and I know the amount of money that's been spent by me and by everybody else. And I know that when you're trying to grow your business and start it, it feels like, and it's kind of what you were just describing, Teresa, it's like you say to yourself, I'm just going to do it starting Monday. And like, you've watched the trainings and you've been to my free workshops and you've done the stuff, and you're like, I cannot spend any more money. Like, I can't, and I'm very transparent about, like, I just pull out a credit card and pay for it. I know I'm in business for life, and I know that I have to do this. And in any business comes investment, and you just have to fund your business. And it's a difficult commitment. I mean, you feel like I should just be able to do this. And if I just piece the pieces together, is there anybody here that wants to talk about, like, getting over I do have to invest in one more thing?
Oh, I can share on that for sure. And you know why, because it's very interesting. I've taken quite a number of courses over the years. Some of them were very successful. There were a few that they weren't for me. It didn't fit my heart and my soul. And that I found that very discouraging, because I had laid out quite a bit of financial background. I mean, I actually leveraged myself out, and I got into a heartfelt program, and I went, okay, this is okay. And now I'm looking at this side of it, and I sent my slides in, and Debbie took a look at my slides and she said, what the heck is this? And I honestly, because I had put into the Facebook chat for the group, I know this is messed up. I know how to do PowerPoint. I couldn't do the conversion. I can't tell you how many hours I spent on this. And then in the email, she said, well, we have this program. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't have any more leverage here. Where am I going to find this? And I went, oh, damn, you're going to do this. Just do it. And it was the best decision I made, because it took the pressure off myself to have certain things done. And then I was able to put more time. I mean, when I got to doing the emails and sending out I had fun doing that. Why? I didn't have to do the whole thing and try to figure out how to do it all. But I was just like, yeah, I have to do this. It was the best decision. And right now, it's been the best money I've spent, the best investment, I should say. I got a lot of compliments on the emails already. I've got a lot of people saying they're so sorry they can't make it. I said, that's okay. Can you share it with someone else? Well, gee, if you can't make it, register anyway. You'll get to listen to the recordings later. I mean, I would not have done that because I would have been too busy trying to figure out what to write.
Okay, there's two things I want to clarify here. Number one, we have done for you services. So one of the things Marie took advantage of was our done for you services. So we created her slide deck, her workbook, her gift that she's going to give to the people who attend. We set up a brand we did several things to make that part easier. That's number one. So done for you. If you need some done for you services, we can take care of you. Number two, I take your financial commitment very seriously, and I am a no nonsense girl. And Thais is also here to say, like, yeah, I know Debbie may have hurt your feelings in what she said, but she did it with love. Like I'm so passionate about, like, no, if you pay me money, I'm going to be honest with you. And Marie made a PowerPoint presentation that when she converted it into Canva, it
was horrible.
Up. And so, words were overlapped and all this. And I did a video. We communicate with clients via Loom video. And I guess I was direct in saying, like, look, do you want to look professional or do you not? This is not going to work. And I say that because I love every person. And I know how big of a commitment it is. One more commitment on top of all the other coaching that you've bought. And I know how much that small things can make such an impact in people, the world seeing you as a professional. And so I am real adamant about that. And Thais always says, yeah, she doesn't sugarcoat things.
And I'll be honest with you, it was really good advice. It was not just good advice, it was good business advice. At first you hear it and you say, ooh, because you're doing this and you know how to do this. And then I had to stop and realize that, no, I don't know all these things. I don't know all these tricks. And yeah, you got to open yourself up to be accepting. So like my first reaction was like, oh, but then I realized it was a trigger to that feeling of I was putting up another mask and I went, oh no, if I'm going to be doing this, I'm taking it all off. So I have to tell you, Deb, I really appreciated it because like you said, it was done with love. I didn't feel it wasn't you, it was me. I pointed the fingers right back at myself. And that was it's a good learning experience that I can share with others so that I can say, hey, yes, this is a coach that you want to coach with. And these are the reasons why, because you're going to tell the truth. You're not going to give it to us. And there's an expression, you're not going to blow smoke up my skirt.
That's a good one. Well, here's the thing though, Debbie, she just mentioned this right now, right? We take your investment very seriously. And Debbie and I, we have spent money with things. I mean, I spent 5 figures and with things that's like, it wasn't for me, to say the least, right? Like it was not for me. And I personally don't think it's for anyone. But anyways, the point is we have learned the hard way and we have pledged to each other that no one in here will ever be able to say that we didn't deliver. And what we do, it's big. It's sometimes we get overwhelmed. Sometimes it's burnout, right? Like, and we feel like we need to take a break. Let me get back here because you guys are so important to us, one by one. One of the most beautiful compliments that I have ever received, and it was for both of us, was when I took over Debbie's podcast and I recorded something with some of her clients as a birthday surprise for Debbie. And one of the clients said that she has never felt like she was just a number in this group. And to me, it just changed how I see all the clients because it's like, you're right. You're never a number. We take your investment very seriously in the fast track, in the VIP. Now, talk about the summit. I told you guys how much I love the summit. So we are even more picky with the summit, right? We do give very harsh feedback sometimes, but it is because the summit is truly, I believe that it's where you feel even more professional, even more as the expert. So we wanted to make sure you are getting it, quote unquote, right. And yes, sometimes the feedback in the very beginning of the summit, I say to you, right, guys, it's like, hey, put your big girl pants here because we're not going to sugarcoat. Like, if it's not good, I'm not going to put my name on this. I'm too perfectionist. So we are all going to lift each other up and make the very best summit that we can, because you can. You guys are that great and you believe in yourself and you're confident. We just need to get what you're saying, right, Mary? The little drama out and just go all in. And that's what we help you do. And we take that very seriously. So when Debbie asks, what are the challenges? We are kind of laughing in the background because we know there are a lot of challenges with us during the summit. We push you guys a lot and for good reasons, right?
All right, Teresa, you're up next. Tell me kind of what the experience has been for you in the summit, maybe what a challenge has been, and maybe what you've overcome too, what you're so proud of.
Well, one of the things, a challenge that I overcame was creating the slides. My first attempt at creating the slides, I did not really dive deep enough, and I was kind of like cheating myself, I believe, out of actually getting the full experience of what the talk was going to be about. And so I kind of put every word for word that I was going to put on the slide.
Yeah.
And when I got the feedback, the first thing was like, oh, I kind of thought that's probably what's going to happen. I'm not going to be able to do this because I had like 100 slides, maybe 100 plus. Anyhow, so I went back and really looked and narrowed down my talk and really focused on my message and made it really feel like me. I had to go take a walk on the beach and really get some clarity for myself that day. And so that was my challenge, and to redo my slides. And then I think I had the slides done maybe in a day or some day and a half. And yeah, so I was really happy that experience happened because I really needed that for myself, because it was also telling me that this is part of your message, you know. Yes.
I love it.
I remember giving you the feedback, Teresa. And what happened in my perspective is when I saw all of your slides, and yes, I did see all the word by word, and we're like, no, we want to talk about this. We want them to feel connected with you, not your slides. But not only that, is that I have listened to you talk about your message, and I know how deep the message is. You are not coaching women with this life change experience by saying that think nice thoughts or be kind to yourself, right? Like you are so much deeper on how you help those women. And that's what I wanted to see on those slides. So it's not that you didn't know how to say it or what to say. I know you knew because we have talked, but the way you were experiencing those slides in the first try and the second try were so different. And I am sure it helped you grow as that coach, that presenter, that speaker, right?
Yes.
Because now you knew exactly what you're saying. And not just that. I always talk to the coaches here. We don't want the superficial level. I don't like the superficial, right? And that's how I felt with these slides. We don't want to know the superficial, things. We wanted to see what it's deeper in your heart, that you can help someone who has no idea how to be helped. In your second slides, that is exactly what you transferred, right? Like that was this excitement and love for the message and for the people that you serve. And your talk is also another talk that I'm excited for all of the talks. What am I saying?
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you guys for staying here and listening to us today. I know this episode is longer than our normal episodes. If you are a coach, now you know you need to attend designlivethrive.com. So save your seat and upgrade to the VIP because you could have a coaching session with one of these beautiful ladies. Well, that's amazing. But also you really have seen and maybe feel validated, right? What it takes to really grow a business. And I think as we're trying to get our business started, we spend a lot of time thinking there's something wrong with us. Like if they can do it, why can't we do it? When people come in here and do this with us, they're like, oh, wait a minute. I just clearly did not know all that was actually involved. And now I do. So before we wrap up, I would love to hear if there's anything else from each one of you that you want somebody attending to know, or you want to know about the coaching that you do or the work that you've done with us. Anything else before we wrap up? Victoria?
I just think that it is, to me, it's like a snack bar. You can just choose from so many different things. Every time I look at my fellow presenters, I'm like, wow, I'd really like to try that. And some of the guest speakers, your featured speakers, are really pretty special. I've seen them speak before and I've learned a lot from them too. So I think there's a lot of choice.
Stacie, how about you?
Choosing to do the summit it was a big turning point for me. And just the level of support that you guys have given the whole way through, and especially here at the end, has really been just so invaluable. And I'm just so appreciative for all of it. You guys, you work hard. I really believe that you care about all your clients and you want the best for us. And like you said, you don't feel like a number, and you don't get that. And Lord knows I've taken way too many courses too. So I'm right there with everybody else. So you don't always get that. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that help. Thanks.
Marie.
So I'm going to agree with what Victoria was saying about, and I was thinking it's a smorgasbord, or you go in and you have all of the food laid out and the buffet, and you can pick and choose. And as Victoria was sharing what she was doing, I was thinking, wow, I didn't have a child go to college, but I had a child go into the Marine Corps. And what would have been different for me had I had someone like Victoria in my life? And I was thinking, wow, that's something I would love to, but that's the point, is you listening. And I've been suggesting to all of the people that I'm talking to is listen to every single coach. Just listen, because it may not be me, but it may be Victoria. It may be Teresa. It may be Stacie. It could be anybody. You're going to connect with them. And this is the real deal.
Beautiful. All right, Teresa, you can wrap it up. Anything else you want to add?
Well, I just think that this is your opportunity to go deeper within yourselves, to find someone and connect with somebody who can actually listen to you, understand you, and hear you. And like I would tell my clients, isn't it about time that you choose you to go ahead and move forward to your next direction?
Well said. Well said. All right, Thais, what can you add here?
Come to the summit so you will see what we mean. And not just as the person, the audience listening and learning from somebody else, but also if you are a coach and you think you're building the business, or you think you're growing this business, but you don't see a lot of results, come in and watch the summit as, wow, I could be that too, right? I could be one of the speakers. And you can, when you work with us, we do open invitations and we explain to you how this works, but really start seeing the difference between maybe what you are doing as you're working towards building your business and what it looks like for other people to grow the business. And just seeing how the coaches portray themselves in the summit and the work that goes into sharing the summit, right? Posting on social media, sending emails, growing their identity. It's so different. And it really helped me to see when I thought I was building the business, and then working with Debbie, and it's like, oh crap, this is what it takes to build the business. And then the summit, it's like, wow, this is actually building the business. Like you can really see the difference between each stage. And I mean, it's up to you, right? We know how difficult sometimes it is to make that investment and believe one more time that, oh, maybe I can. But it's up to you. If you have the desire to have a profitable, successful business for you, and that boutique style business, not necessarily the 100K business or $1 million business, but what is your boutique style business? We are here to support you and to help you really create that, right? Like the dream that you do have. And as these beautiful ladies share here with us today, like we know what we are doing and we are here to support you too. So come to the summit if you just want to learn more about coaching, or if you are a coach and wanted to understand a little bit more of how we do things here. You're always welcome.
Beautiful. All right. I want to tell you guys something that you might not know about Thais, and Thais might not know I'm going to say this right now. She doesn't have any idea. She was a summit speaker and she had worked on building her business. And after the summit, she started emailing people regularly. She started selling clients. And I can tell you and confirm that she had $100,000 year that followed the summit. So yeah, Thais you guys, again, might not know that. And Thais, I hope that was okay for sharing that, but she put the work in and applied that. And thank goodness I captured her after that was all done and said, no, come work with me instead. So she has done the work, and that's the result of that So you get to choose the way you want your business to be. You get to experience it at all different levels. And let me just tell you, we should have a podcast all separate about Theis's journey to 100 and then what happens after that, because that in itself would be a fun episode. So you guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. This is a small sampling of our speakers. Next, when you join us, you are going to be hearing from a lot of speakers. We won't have the same depth of conversation. It won't be a repeat podcast. So come and listen and learn from them. I would imagine 8 or 10 other speakers on that next episode when you join us, and just to get you even more excited to join us at the Design Live Thrive Summit. So thank you. Thank you, ladies. Have a beautiful week, you guys. We'll see you at the summit, designlivethrive.com. Save your seat. Bye-bye.